Hi everyone, I'm Brian Koplik, a game designer for Legends of Runeterra. This is our final dev snapshot of the year, and I'm excited to talk about what you can expect from us in 2024. I work as a designer on the cards team, but I also get to lead experiments in lore. Experimentation is our main topic today. In 2024, lore is committed to more experimentation. So what is an experiment? Experimentation can mean a lot of different things, but typically it's when we make a smaller version of a feature to answer a very specific question and build confidence in building that feature. Experiments also help us use our resources more efficiently, focusing on more promising features and finding new directions for the game. So why do we run experiments? Theory crafting will only get us so far as game devs, so we experiment to make sure we keep the game fresh and engaging for our core players. It helps us learn more about the intended audience, PvE versus competitive, and it keeps us from over-investing in something that isn't as good as we may have theorized. And we've run a few experiments in the past that have yielded great results. You can think of experiments as lore's old labs, but for every area of the game. This allows us to hyper-focus on learning why something works before committing to a full feature. The Path of Champions monthly challenges are a good example of what experiments will typically look like from your end. So, what experiments are we working on now? Currently, we're looking into several areas of opportunity within lore. For example, we know you want a limited game mode where you can truly test your deck building skills using a smaller, randomly given pool of cards. You might know this as draft play. And while draft isn't the only way to accomplish this, it's the way we're most excited about. But there are still many questions to be answered. How many cards do you pick from? What's the rarity distribution of that pack of cards? How many regions will your final deck be? So, what does this mean for players? Experimentation allows you, our players, to provide feedback to us and influence the game. You might see some things that feel a little confusing at times, not what you'd expect from the full feature, but you should see more things more frequently. And you can of course expect communication from us about upcoming experiments through articles, devlogs like these, and patch notes. So stay tuned, we really want your feedback on these. Speaking of feedback, we got some great questions from the community after our mid-year update, so let's answer a few now. One question we received was, is there any future for a multiplayer or cooperative mode for Path of Champions? This is exactly the kind of thing we'd like to try experimenting with. There's a lot of internal interest around making lore feel like a more social experience, so we want to answer questions about how lore players would form groups, and what kind of experiences those groups could share together. Another player wanted to know if there's interest in giving new tools or even adding new regions to older strategies like Lurk or Deep. Yes, when you love a playstyle, we love a playstyle, and we're very interested in expanding those strategies. It'll happen more often with variety cards, but we are open to expanding mechanics to new regions when it makes sense, like how Samira brought Plunder to Noxus.
Just when you thought you'd seen it all!
In closing, we hope you're as excited as we are for the emphasis on experimentation going into 2024. And for now, we hope you're enjoying Fate's Voyage and all the latest updates to competitive and Path of Champions. We'll see you in 2024. Good luck, have fun.